Hello, beautiful souls. Linda Joy here for another episode of Soulful Ascension. And this week we have another very potent, powerful, energetic week because we have a lineup of 10 planets all in Aries, depending on which astrology chart you're looking at. Some say 8, some say 9, some say 10. It just depends on what you plug in and what it displays. But we also have Chiron in Aries, and I'm really going to hone in on Chiron. I won't talk about all the different planets. You can jump on other YouTube videos for that. But Chiron is the wounded healer. And because all the work that I work with my clients is about the deep core wounds. Like, we go to the root cause of anything that's happening in their life and why things are the way that they are. Why aren't they receiving the abundance and the wealth and the prosperity they deserve? Why is their beloved divine partner not in their life? Why do they still struggle with health issues? So this is what we're going to dive into in this episode and talk about the energies this week with all this fire energy to help burn away the shadows and the blind spots, those unconscious aspects, those unconscious parts. This is also one of the workshops that I actually teach. It's better in person, and it's constellation work, very powerful. And so if you are interested in joining me on one of those workshops, send me a DM because it is really profound, deep work. And what we are all feeling right now energetically is the deep core wounds that have been there for maybe centuries, maybe thousands of lifetimes. I know for myself, as a very old soul, I am clearing not just my stuff, but ancestral wounds, as well as all the past lives, as well as the whole lineage of generations on both sides of my mum's side and my dad's side. And I am just doing so much purging. And so this is something that I recommend to use with all this fire energy, is to burn away and purge. And we've been talking about this for many, many months and all of last year, of the shedding of the snake. Though with this Aries fire energy, this is really going deep, deep down the rabbit holes, and asking those really important questions of yourself, of why is it that I am still struggling with these health issues? And what is the emotion behind that? What is the actual root cause underneath the health issue? And this is about taking responsibility for everything that in your life. This is every thought, every word that you speak, every story that you tell yourself, everything that you are thinking about, your behavior, your actions, your every thought. It's like thoughts become things, words become things. And so we are all here on this earth school to learn and grow. So please, no judgment. Everyone is doing the best they can, though that through all the tools that many teachers out there teach, as well as I've teach in my courses, as well as my programs and one-to-one coaching and my sessions, it's all empowering the individual to take charge of their own health, their own well-being, their own choices, because everyone has free will. So this is the beauty of being human. We all have free will to make choices. But with the energy at the moment, and as we move into a very powerful new moon in Aries on Friday, the 17th of April, your intentions are super powerful, because this is where you are creating your whole new future. Though, if there is still an undercurrent of old wounds, or you're operating from the old wounds, and this could look like the people pleasing, the overgiving, the seeking approval, seeking validation, the feelings of rejection or abandonment, or living in the fight and flight, where you didn't feel safe in the world as a child. And this can play out in our relationships, in our life, or through our behavior, or through our reactions. And again, this is where we talked about triggers, and triggers are an indication of an unhealed wound. And when we can identify where the trigger first started, and this is going back to the very beginning, a lot of the old beliefs and programs started as a child. And this is where you were just this bright, magnificent, beautiful, loving child that came in and very adventurous and joyful and happy. But then different events and circumstances and experience happen in your life that push down these emotions, push down your light, and then that's where the limiting beliefs and all this old programming and the control and the manipulation. So then it was like you created a belief it's not safe to be seen in the world. And especially for healers and spiritual teachers out there, and me included, because in many past lives we were killed for teaching our spiritual teachings. And so in this life, some of us have been playing small. So this is one of those old core wounds. And to look at, and it's like, where am I still hiding, and where am I still acting small and playing safe, or staying comfortable, or too afraid to speak up, too afraid to be seen. And this is where we get to actually clear that energy once and for all. Because when we step into the new moon, this is about bringing your dreams into this reality. But if we are still acting from these old core wounds, and this is the Chiron energy. So I won't go into the whole myth of Chiron, but he was the wounded healer. He could heal everyone else in the external world, but not himself. So the tools that I teach in my programs is empowering you to heal yourself. And you do have the power to heal anything in your body. And we have all gone through all the emotions of grief and abandonment, rejection, the anger, the shame, the guilt, the not feeling good enough, the feeling unworthy, the not feeling lovable. I mean, in all my years of training, these layers just kept coming up for me, where it's like, oh, there's another layer and another layer. So this is why we call it the Earth School, because we came here as a student in this human body to actually experience all these emotions, and we're here to learn and grow as a soul and expand beyond these emotions, because as a soul we don't feel emotions, whereas when we come down into a human body we get to feel everything, especially if you're an empath. You feel everything, as well as everything that's happening around you, as well as other people's emotions and tapping in. So it can be overwhelming, and especially if you've been feeling overwhelmed or just drained, pull your energy back and do some really, well, you can do any kind of meditation, but even just sitting in silence and just feeling and observing. That's perfect right now. Because the energy is fast and furious for the whole month of April, it's going to keep bringing up more and more. So this is where the self-regulation of our nervous system is really important to help us to just stay regulated, to stay balanced. You know, with all this fire energy, this is where we need the water to also to balance out the fire, but also use the fire to burn away the old. And you can actually do a burning ceremony this week, and just as you're journaling and writing out, maybe, well, you can use your journal, but if you want to burn it, choose some paper and then you can just burn it anywhere, either somewhere safe, but burn whatever you've written. And with burning away, that's where the rebirth comes. You know, it's the death and the rebirth. And once you do this process, once you clear the energy, and I'm doing this as well, and I'll explain how I've been doing it, is I call in source energy. I call in pure source energy and the radiant, powerful light of the Holy Spirit. And I bring it down through the top of my head, through the crown, and then I cleanse every chakra on the way down, and then send that Holy Spirit, pure source energy down my grounding cord so it flushes out. So I'm the conduit, I'm just flushing out. But I also work with my physical body as well as every layer of my energy field around me, my auric field. And so what this is doing is cleansing my energy centers as well as my physical body and every cell in my body, as well as all the layers of my energy field. But a lot of these wounds are stuck in the conscious mind. Now, these are all the thoughts. This is the old programming. This is the old patterns. And if you are still caught in addictive behavior, this is one of the areas to actually heal. Look beyond the addiction, go underneath what is causing the addiction. And it's usually where your inner child is craving self-love. Your inner child just wants some nurturing and nourishing. And I know this wound really well because I grew up in a family where I was not nurtured or nourished, and I was ostracized. I never felt safe. So the rejection and the abandonment wound, as well as not receiving the nourishment uh, through food, is then led to an eating disorder, and there was a lot of other abuse as well. But that wound is something that I've overcome and healed in this life, and it's taken years. So this is where the tools that I teach, either in my programs or courses or one-on-one coaching, doesn't matter what people come to me with or whatever the issue is, I usually have personally experienced it myself and can totally relate. And then I teach the tools that I've used in order, how I overcame it and how I healed my own body of cancer, autoimmune, as well as the depression, as well as the chronic fatigue, and all these other medical labels. So, this is what I teach or empower you to believe that you are able to do this yourself. And right now, your intentions are critical, because this is what will shape your future. This is what will shape your whole life. And this week is a perfect time for burning away the old ways, the old patterns, the old behaviors, the old they're old programs, they're just old records that have been going over and over and over, and they're just on repeat. And once you break that cycle, well, then you can create something new. And it's about breaking that cycle and rewiring the neurological networks in your brain, because that old pattern has just been firing on the same cylinders, the same networks, right? But when you break that pattern and do something else and go, oh, I choose this instead, and you make a new choice for your highest good and your highest destiny, that's the quickest and easiest way to break an old addiction. And the more you keep breaking the addiction and saying, no, I am not going down that same road, because I know it's full of holes and I've gone to the bottom of every hole and it's the same outcome. I choose to make a new choice and I'm going this way, because this way is full of love and peace and joy and happiness and new adventures and just blissful moments and so many exciting adventures ahead. So they're the choices that you make on a daily basis when you're at a crossroads. And the choices you make, and I've said this before, only make the choices that make you feel strong and make you feel happy and uplifted and excited. That's how you change your whole reality. Though it's about not just bypassing your trauma story from childhood, it's about acknowledging that and going, yeah, this happened. No, what did I learn from it? And that's an old story, because we all have lots and lots of stories, just like I mentioned about my childhood. But it's, if you keep giving it energy and giving it power and keep talking about it, you keep it alive. But if you can say, this is what I learned, the learnings of which is helping me to truly step into my true authentic self, my sovereign self, my empowered self. And that's the I am presence that you're stepping into. That's the power that you already are as a soul. And it's remembering who you are as a soul and loving yourself fully for who you are now, and then that will allow your light to shine. So, yes, we have all gone through major different experiences, but it's not about, you know, holding on to that old story and then dropping your energy vibration to blaming or holding on to the grief, or holding on to the shame or the guilt or whatever happened to you. It's like, okay, I came out the other side. What did I learn from that? And especially forgiving those who have hurt you or betrayed you or abused you, or well, whatever the story is. It's forgiving those from that experience, because that's what will set you free. And when you are free, that is where the energy just automatically flows continuously through your body, because it's no longer blocked in your body, because we're all energy beings. We have invisible lines of energy uh, flowing through our body, also our chi. This is our life force energy, and it flows through our body. And the only thing that blocks it is if we are holding on to something that is heavy. This can be the story, the belief, the old thought, the pattern, the program, holding on to trauma, holding on to the grief, holding on to whatever that the past, what experience and the emotion, holding on to that and still blaming and projecting out into the world. That's what will cause the illness and disease. And that's when you can free that up and actually transmute that energy. And 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 this may, be a process. There's lots of different tools that you can use, and find something that helps you to shift that energy. It could be in group work, it could be a breath work session, it could be dancing, drumming, any kind of exercise, any kind of movement. It could be, punching a punching bag. It could be out in nature hiking. It could be one-to-one sessions. It could be just sharing with a best friend and going through this big emotional purge and release. Or you may just want to sit in silence and just journal and then burn the pieces of paper. So find something that really resonates with you. This is the one-to-one work I do with my clients, but also I do group work. And as I'm traveling, it's more online now, but I am going to be going back to setting up some in-person workshops. So if that's of interest to you, reach out and I'll let you know where I will be for those in-person workshops, because it's really powerful, because the energy of a group is where everyone grows together, and that ripples through the whole group. Everyone feels the shifts in energy. So some journaling prompts for you is to ask yourself, what is the pattern or the block within me that has created this health issue? Or what is the pattern or condition or the block within me why I don't have my perfect partner, my ideal, beloved, divine partner? Or what's the pattern or the condition or the block within me why I don't have the abundance and the wealth and the finances that I deserve? So see what comes through for you from those questions. And I mean, there's a lot of other deeper work, but those three areas seem to be key for many, many of my clients, and it all stems back usually to the same root cause. And it comes down to not feeling good enough, worthiness, feeling unlovable, and feeling that you have to prove something in order to feel worthy. And this can be the seeking validation, seeking love and approval from other people, from your boss, from your family, from other relationships. And what this does is causes burnout. That's one of the areas of burnout that seems to just keep repeating that cycle. And when you boil it down, it's like, well, guess what? It's all childhood. I've worked with many people who are doctorates and PhD and all these different areas, amazing intellectual brains and very left brain, but they're out seeking approval. If they get their 15 PhDs, then the world will like them or acknowledge them or give them love. But deep down, the root cause is because they don't love and accept themselves. And it's approving of yourself. And this is the self mastery that we are doing right now. It's about really going deep into our core wounds and looking at the self, and doing our taking responsibility for everything in our life, for everything that we have created, because we are the creators. And anything that we have created that we don't like, we get to make a new choice. I remember when my mother had cancer, and she told me, and I said, well, you created it, you can uncreate it. And yes, I helped her through doing some healing work, but it's like, and she is still here today. So it's the same when I had cancer. I took 100% responsibility for creating it. And this is what has put me on my path of holistic health and healing and helping many people around the world, because I was 21 when I created my cancer. And it was all the suppressed emotions. I was in so much emotional pain, and holding on to all those old wounds, which created the cancer. And this is why I teach all these tools in the work that I share today. So if you are struggling with an area, um, I really recommend to look on my website, find which course really resonates with you. Return to light is a simple, easy, it's returning to your light. Every month I feature a different course, and I actually take clients through online for 3 hours live with me, plus you get the course online, which you've got lifetime access. So have a look on my website to see which workshop is coming up for you. And the one in May is about self-love sovereignty. So that's a good one if you are struggling with these core wounds, especially with the Chiron energy right now in Aries. Because self-love, its core essence, is who we truly are. This is what we came here to learn as a soul. This is one of the main aspects, because if everyone just loved themselves 100% unconditionally and felt at peace and just felt love, can you imagine how the world would be operating right now? Completely different energy. So that's why it's so important to do your inner work. Only you can do it. And this is what I encourage my clients to also do. I give them homework. And yes, I guide them, but then they have homework because you have to embody all the tools. You have to feel it in your body and learn the tools and practice the tools in order to keep clearing and clearing, and then noticing what else is coming to the surface, because the the wounds are coming to the surface to help you rebirth. We are all moving through this massive transformation, and there is no going back. Like I said before, you don't put the caterpillar, you don't put the butterfly back in the caterpillar. It doesn't happen. That's the same with what you're feeling and going through at this time. Is you are going through a massive transformation into the butterfly, and there is no going back to the cocoon. And so all these old wounds that are coming to the surface is to help you through this rebirth, through this awakening, through this ascension, through this massive clearing, returning to your light, to your sovereign being, because that's the true essence that you are, because you are light, you are love. That's your true self. And that's what I wish for you, because when you can actually truly embody just self-love at its core essence, you are free. 100% guaranteed. There is no going back. And then every day, you jump out of bed going, wow, I feel fantastic. I love my life. I have the best life. And you truly feel it in every cell in your body. Guaranteed 100%. And that is what I want for you. So if that's of interest to you, jump on my website or book a call with me. Look at one of the sessions, one of the programs, one of the courses, look at the coaching, look at the free presentations that are coming up. Also, this week, I'm doing a free presentation on Wednesday, 10 a.m. Central Time, on Palawa healing, which shifts consciousness, expands awareness, connects all 12 strands of DNA. This is a tool for enlightenment and ascension. It's a DNA activation. So if that's of interest to you, jump on that call. It's free, and it'll be an opportunity for us to meet. So what else? I'm going to choose some cards, and um but before I do, some homework for you is to reflect on where you are in your life right now. Reflect on everything in your life and the areas that still feel heavy or feel blocked, and do some deep brain dumping, journaling, and burning away whatever is coming up for you. Um, and this is burning away those old wounds with all this fire energy in Aries. There is so much fire. And so when you do your burning, maybe get the hose out and pour water all over it so that it helps to balance out. And so you got the fire and the water, and then new growth can come from there. Because if you can imagine, a big forest being burnt, Well, then it rains, and then all brand new shoots come through. That's the rebirth process that you're currently going through at the moment. You are burning away all the old dead wood in order to rebirth. So this is a really exciting time, though you need to dedicate time in order to go deep and to feel and embody and then go deeper. So this is the deeper inner work that we get to do this week. And then on Friday, for the very powerful new moon, plant your seeds of intentions, plant your seeds of your dreams, of the possibilities, the opportunities. It's bigger than you can even conceive right now. It's like put it out there to the universe, and then the universe will provide what is for your highest good and destiny. It's about letting it go, surrender, and then allow the universe to deliver where you're at and what will help with your growth. It's really about trust and surrender and allowing spirit and the universe to flow through you. And when you can go, okay, please show me, please guide me, please teach me. I get out of the way, let go of my stubbornness patterns and trying to hold on out of fear. And I let go of, the old story. I let go and I just, it's up to you. And then see what happens. Because it really is exciting new beginnings, that sometimes we need to get out of our own way and out of those old programs and the old patterns in order to allow the new to come in. Okay, so let's choose a card from the angel guide. So I'm just reiterating, being kind and gentle and nurturing and nourishing with yourself this week is really important, really critical, because I know the energy is really intense. And the more that you can slow down and nurture you, and maybe just go on a gentle walk, maybe have some quiet time, really listen to your body and listen to your nervous system and self-regulate. If you need to have an afternoon nap, go do that. Maybe it's going to bed super early and having a good night's sleep. Listen to your body, because you are shifting enormous amounts of energy right now. And so whatever you are doing on a daily basis, carve out some self-care time. This is really important. Oh, two jumped out. So we have courage and bravery. So this is what I just talked about, is we are all taking a courageous step forward. And this is trusting ourselves. You are going through self-mastery. And in order to go through this process, it's about having courage and feeling brave. And then we also have the opportunity and change. So when you have the courage to take a leap forward onto your path, surrender, then the opportunities and all the new possibilities unfold naturally, because that's how the universe works. It's like when the universe hears your clear intention about what you want, like setting a very clear intention of the dreams that you desire and handing it over to the universe, that's energetic communication with the universe. The universe gets the green light and it's like, oh, you're ready. Okay, now we will deliver the opportunities, and that will change your life, because new doors will open for you, new opportunities will open for you. Though, here's the caveat: you have to do your inner work first. And this is taking responsibility for everything that you've created. So the extended message is you are in a time of change and opportunity, whether this involves a new role, career opportunity, relationship, child, or project. Know that it is blessed by God and angels. This is an exciting time, and if you have apprehensions, know that this card is reassuring you that you are being supported by the divine. If you ask angels to lead the way, you will be guided by signs, intuition, and instinct. Move forward fearlessly, as this is a blessed time for you. So those signs along the way could be triple numbers on number plates. It could be a sign on the side of a bus. It could be a song that just randomly comes on that you hear. It could be a conversation with someone who gives you an idea or plants a seed, and then you're speaking to someone totally unrelated and they give you similar information, and it's like, that's the synchronicities to listen for. That's the signs and the opportunities that the universe is working through others around you to deliver those messages. Also in your dreams, in your meditations, if you keep a dream journal, the messages, the downloads, the insights, the inspiration, the thoughts, it's all helping you to move forward in your direction for your highest good and destiny. Okay, so let's just quickly have a look at the courage and bravery. And your angels are here to remind you that your soul cannot be tarnished or harmed. It's the one part of your essence that always remains whole, healed, and complete. So if you are feeling the need to defend yourself at this time, angel wisdom is guiding you to back down. You don't need to protect yourself, especially when you are spiritual, when you have spiritual support. Call in the light of God, heaven, and angels to protect you. If you feel that you have made a mistake or have something that you need to share, be brave and take ownership of it. Trust that living with integrity will always lead to the greatest possible unfolding of your life. And know that the best gift that you can give the world at this time is your truth. And that your true self, and you showing up as your true self, as the beautiful light that you are, that's the gift that you give to the world. And just know that no one can hurt you, harm you, or destroy you, because you are an infinite, powerful being as a soul. And so anything that's happened from the past, and those old wounds that we were talking about, is just that those experiences help us to learn and grow and learn from whatever that experience was, and to become stronger and more courageous. And it's like, oh, okay, well, this happened to me. Remember, as a soul, we chose to come in to have all these experiences. We invited all these actors and actresses into our movie script in order for us to learn and grow. So that's how loved you are. It's like all the actors and actresses you have invited into your movie script of your life are there to help you to learn and grow as a soul. So thank them and forgive them, and then just keep moving forward, because you are the light. You always have been, you always will be, and no one can ever take that away, because your light is infinite. So I will end on that note, because that is a powerful ending. And be gentle with yourself this week, and just give yourself so much love. And I know the energy is potent and intense, but please be gentle, nurturing, nourishing. Practice the Bend method of balance, energy, nurture, and nourish. This is why I created the Bend method, because that's one of the lessons I needed to learn in this life, is to nurture and nourish myself and my inner child, and learn how to love and accept myself regardless of what's happened in the past, and just know and have trust and have faith that the universe has got my back, and I've got 100,000 angels around me, and so do you. So I'm sending you so much love, many blessings. Have a blessed week, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.